Greetings, Noob. We find ourselves on Surf Pipeline, a hard and long tier 2. You know what else is hard and long? This section, you can basically skip the bunny hop if you do it perfectly, but who cares? Also, this here you can probably do better, you can moon it more or less, it really doesn't matter. This section here is where it gets difficult, and we're going to look at it in full first, and then I'm going to explain a few things that make it a lot easier. Firstly, you don't have to use the slide downwards after the head surf. You miss out on units, but it's not essential unless you're going for a good time. Now, instead of surfing over the spine of the ramp, you can flick off earlier and pass the spine in the air. This gives you a flatter entry, and it's the main thing that makes this section way easier. And here's another clip with mouse and keyboard inputs that's overall a bit cleaner. Again, it's just about flying over the spine instead of surfing it. When it comes to entering the gap, with this method, you just have to try and enter it as parallel as possible. And you can, of course, optimize the fuck out of this section, but if you reach around 3.1k units at the bottom of the ramp, you're probably fine. Back to the original run. This conveyor belt is really just a ramp, it's not a booster or something. So ideally just board it flat and at the bottom. And if you're fast, you have to leave it early or you'll crash into the ceiling. In this middle section, there's a lot of blind transitions that simply need to be memorized. There's also annoying obstacles like this headed. Always flick off this ramp or you'll miss the next one. I get kinda lucky here. It's the same here, you have to memorize when to flick off depending on your speed. This section can be somewhat of a unit check. Again, enter the first conveyor belt low and then enter the gap as parallel as possible. Now we have a whole lot of nothing until we reach the last obstacle, which is a downward right spin. If you're slow, leave the ramp flat and enter it directly. If you're faster, you have to use the very awkward head surf at the top. Aim for the bottom left and surf it to the right, and then just spin and hold jump. Boink.